Happy Monday, everybody. Fall is in the air. Captain Marty here to bring you up to date. You may have said, Marty, your voice sounded different over the last few days. That's because I was on a little adventure that I'll be sharing with you later in the week. Once in a lifetime adventure. Especially if you're a hunter, I'll be telling you all about it. But I do have a great fishing report from over the weekend, and I'll be right back to give it to you.
Real. That's the first word that comes to mind when I think about Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor. Yeah, they're the first and last place you see coming to and leaving the Outer Banks on Highway 64 in Dare County, but they're also real when it comes to fresh local seafood. Troy Outland, real. Curtis and Josh, real. The indoor crab shedders, real. Stop by and see for yourself right next to White Shopping Center and check them out on social media. Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor, real.
Come and experience fishing for the whole family aboard the Crystal Don at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio. The Crystal Don is a roomy 65-foot headboat, fully equipped with the latest gear to give you the best fishing experience. Worried about getting seasick? Fear not. The Crystal Don stays in safer and shallower waters to lessen the likelihood of that happening. Half-day and private fishing trips are available. To find out more, go online to crystaldonheadboat.com. The Crystal Don Headboat out of Pirates Cove. Fishing that is fun for all ages.
So, I'm back in the saddle. Thanks to Justin and Tony for keeping you guys informed on the fishing front. And we have a lot going on, really a lot going on. So I'm really pleased about that. And the thing about that is it was widespread in different areas. We always start out with the offshore fishing, and we usually start out and do Hatteras first. No particular reason for that. It's just habit, I guess. But they've been doing really good down there catching king mackerel in one of the funnest ways you could possibly do that. And that's on live bait. And it's really fun. Not dragging the planers, although there's nothing wrong with trolling with deep running rigs to catch kings, but if you want to make it sporty, they're doing it on light tackle with live bait, and you get a bigger class of fish that way as well. So there's that going on, and then they still have the traditional blackfin tuna fishing and a few mahi or dolphin in their catches as well. So they had pretty good fishing as all through the weekend. This time of year, you have to work around the weather. The fleets have been small. Been days when nobody gets out, days when everybody gets out, but the bookings are not there. But don't let that scare you, because this is a time of year, your business, if you're local on the Outer Banks, is slowing down. You may have a little more time to go out and do it yourself. I had a great talk with Captain Dickie Harris, who is one of the people that's responsible for me making the trip to Montana that I just got back from. Again, more of that in future episodes. He was telling me they had mostly blackfin tuna over the weekend with a few yellowfins mixed in. This should be the other way around this time of year, but hey, the fleet is known for working with what they have to work with and blooming where they're planted. And that's what they do. And so they're making some nice catches of yellowfin tuna. There were a few wahoos in the catches last week, a few of the last dolphin or mahi of the year, just like down to Hatteras, and also like Hatteras, a few king mackerel in the catches. So things were blended up pretty good. We don't have an inshore report because there's not much of that going on once we get into this time of year. Meaning, and you remember how we talked all summer about the ribbon fish, the big bluefish, and other quarry outside the inlets? We don't have that right now. Those guys are kind of gearing up for their winter, but we do have some surf fishing and going on, and that continues to be fair. The big drum bite seems to me, and remember, I'm not a drum expert, I'm not a surf or pier expert, but I like to pass on what I do here, and that bite seems to be mostly over with. Those fish, I think, work south, and they have done that, but in the surf, there's still some puppy drum, there's still some black drum being caught, and then a few of the small bottom fish still. You get the weather right where you can hold bottom a little bit, it's going to be probably a puppy drum or a black drum from the surf. And the one other thing that more than likely you're going to catch, and we've had a good summer, is a small, I'm going to call it a small bluefish, and we'll talk in the inshore report, the backcountry report, we'll talk more about a bigger class of fish, but there's still stuff going on in the surf too. So we'll take a little break right here, and I'll be right back to tell you about the backcountry, and it's good, so stay right where you're at.
The desire for being on the water is what draws people to the Outer Banks. OBX Boat Company in Kill Devil Hills shares that desire with you. The only full-service, Yamaha authorized dealer on the beach, OBX Boat Company is committed to providing you the best possible boat ownership experience. Their carefully selected brands of center consoles and family-friendly pontoon boats are all powered by ultra-reliable Yamaha motors. They offer excellent financing options as well. To learn more and see their inventory, visit obxboatco.com.
All right, backcountry fishing, there's some pretty good stuff going on. We had, let's see, where do I start? Captain Dickey was telling me about it. He went down recreational fishing. This tells you how these guys, they fish for a living all summer long. They get a little chance to catch their breath, and what do? They go fishing some more. And they come down and fish the western Pamlico, and I'll just leave it at that. And they had a really good bite on speckled trout. Now, these are not the big sow bellies. These are, how do I describe them? He said that they kept 5 out of 40. So there's evidently a lot of smaller trout in those catches. But they also had some mixed in puppy drum in those catches as well. The other thing that was really going along pretty good is the fact that they had very good sheephead fishing. And when I say very good, I mean really good, especially for the Hatteras guys who had some black drum, some sheephead. They had one boat with 6 people carrying a charter. Really had a nice catch where they limited out on sheephead. So all that was good. And by the way, I'm hearing from multiple sources that there's really good blue fishing around the inlet still. And these are those 3 to 5 pound bluefish, not the big bluefish that are 12 pounds and up, and not the little Taylor bluefish that are 1 pound. These are a really nice class, 3 to 5 pounds. An ideal fish for your smoker. If you have a smoker, you want to make some fish dip or make some, freeze it for Thanksgiving. They are out there. So keep all that in mind. A lot going on over the weekend. I'm glad to be back in the saddle, and I'll keep you posted as we go through the week. Hope you have a blessed day.